We are live here at Austin Superspeedway for the season opening event, the most prestigious race of the season, the Austin 500. 40 drivers, 40 teams, 40 cars, all here, with only one of them having a chance at the win, the trophy, whatever else could be possibly won here today. One thing that will not be won, however, is a playoff berth, because that no longer exists. As we go down pit road here, seeing all the cars waiting to be fired up on their engines, here are your ones to watch in today's race. Tyler Reddick is the pole sitter. Let's see if he can finish P1 where he starts off. Meanwhile, we have Daniel Suarez being the winner of our first dual race on Thursday night, with Michael McDowell being the winner of the second of these two dual races. Kyle Larson will be having his first start with Hendrick Motorsports, and Josh Bilicki was the only driver for Rick Ware Racing that made the race. Engines are fired up on pit road, cars are pulling off. Here's the starting lineup. Row 1, Tyler Reddick and Alex Bowman. Row 2, dual winners Daniel Suarez and Michael McDowell. Row 3, Ryan Blaney and Austin Dillon. Row 4, Martin Truex Jr. and Joey Logano. Row 5, Chase Briscoe and Christopher Bell. Row 6, Kyle Larson and Matt DiBenedetto. Row 7, David Reagan and Ryan Preece. Row 8, Bubba Wallace and Denny Hamlin. Row 9, Brad Keselowski and Kurt Busch. Row 10, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Ty Dillon. Row 11, Kyle Busch and Austin Cindric. Row 12, William Byron and Eric Jones. Row 13, Cole Custer and Kevin Harvick. Row 14, Timmy Hill and Noah Gragson. Row 15, Corey LaJoie and Josh Bilicki. Row 16, Ross Chastain and Chase Elliott. Row 17, Chris Buescher and Eric Almirola. Row 18, Anthony Alfredo and Kaz Grala. Row 19, Quinn Houth and Ryan Newman. And then our final row, row 20, BJ McLeod and Justin Haley, rounding out the field. Here's things you need to know before today's race. There are 12 laps in today's race, only a 15% chance of rain, and this season there is no winning you are in, because it's all points based to make it to that championship race. Here we go, we are green flag racing here at Austin Superspeedway. The season has begun. With Tyler Reddick taking the green flag, he's already going down the middle, it would seem, with dual winner Michael McDowell, as now Bowman the Showman and Suarez being side by side, with Bowman now clearing, with Austin Dillon trying to make a move, but his line stalls out. Alex Bowman maintains a lead over Suarez. Coming into lap 2 is we're on board with Alex Bowman, who is now side by side with Ryan Blaney. Now Suarez and Bowman are stuck down the middle, with Blaney leading the race, with Austin Dillon challenging by his side. Still 3 wide further back in the pack, as we now have a big wreck on the front stretch. Major pile up. Lots of drivers involved in this one. On the front stretch, caution is out. 7 cars involved. That's going to end some major contenders races. Wallace, Hamlin, Stenhouse, Keselowski, other drivers all involved in this wreck. And it looks like Hamlin tried to clear in front of Bowman. That's what it looks like anyways. Let's see again. Yes, it looks like he just tried to clear up in front of Bowman. There was not enough space there. He got up into Keselowski. They both got up into Keselowski, that is, and then Truex came back across the track, taking out Reagan, Wallace, Stenhouse. Stenhouse had nowhere to go. Wallace had nowhere to go. Big major wrecks for them. Glad they're all okay. As it appears that at least 6 of the drivers will be out of the race here in the Austin 500. Although it appears that Denny Hamlin is going to try to repair his car on pit road and very well might be able to continue in this race. As well as Kyle Busch, who apparently got a little bit of damage in that crash. Anyways, this week's shoutout goes to the Nascar Coca-Cola Racing Network. Lots of good stop motions on there if you'd be interested in watching those for that guy. Alright, red flag conditions are over. Green flag is out once more here at Austin. We are back racing on lap 5. Still side by side going into turns 1 and 2. With the advantage looking like it's in the inside lane, but no, it's actually going to be the run on the outside lane with Dillon now taking the lead with Chevrolets of Larson and Busch, leaving Briscoe and Blaney out to dry, as now Suarez and Dillon are going down the middle, with Kyle Larson leading the race. His first start back in almost a full season. We now have Christopher Bell leading this race over Larson, as Bell is now going to be going down the middle with Byron, as Larson tries to make a block on Harvick, but it will not work, as now Larson is falling back down the middle as well. It looks like Joey Logano is going to bail out of this pack, or at least the front of it, as it's just getting crazy here just past halfway in this race. Now Harvick's trying to take the lead over Ty Dillon, but they're still side by side going across the start and finish line for lap 8. Now Kevin Harvick is going to try to clear the... Nope! We have a big crash once again on the back stretch. Caution is out once more. It's our second major crash of the event, although they can't really be qualified as big ones yet. With only 7 cars or so involved in the first, and it looks like about 6 in this one. Red flag is out. Here's a replay of the incident. It looks like Cole Custer was pushing Ross Chastain a little too aggressively there. Got Chastain a little bit loose. He came back up into the pack, hitting DiBenedetto and Gragson. Elliott got involved. Looks like Alfredo tried to avoid it, but he got into Christopher Bell. That sent them both into the wall. Both of them will be going to the garage. So we have drivers like Elliott now, DiBenedetto, who are close to running up front, who are now out of the race. Tough luck for Gragson, as this was his one real chance this part of the season, unless he qualifies for the next race at Austin, to have a chance at even really remotely finishing well. As well as some of these drivers' best chance to get a win this season. Some solid points days for them. Green flag is out once more with 3 laps to go. Will we have another caution, another major wreck, or will this be the final restart? So we now have Harvick working with Cindric on the inside line, but LaJoie is getting a little bit of help from Blaney on the outside line. Now they're side by side. LaJoie is going to take the lead by about a nose over Kevin Harvick going across the start and finish line. LaJoie manages to clear them all. Now Harvick and Newman will be falling to the rear of the field. Jones puts LaJoie 3 wide, as now Blaney and Jones will be side by side coming through turns 3 and 4. Ryan Blaney leads the field. No, now Eric Jones does, coming to the white flag. Big surge of momentum for that inside line. It's now Eric Jones is side by side with Blaney on the last lap for the lead of the Daytona 500. Now it'll be interesting to see what Kurt Busch or Chris Buescher make a move on the final turns. Here we go, final corners, final stretch, and it's going to be Chris Buescher barely beating out Eric Jones for the win in this season's Austin 500. So congratulations to him and his sponsors. They just picked up the win for the Austin 500 and the points lead after this race. Here's the replay of the final lap. So we had Kaz Grala falling to the rear of the field there, the rear of the pack anyways. So we had Jones and Blaney side by side. Kurt Busch was trying to gain some momentum on Jones. So we had drivers like Byron trying to make a move. Chris Buescher ultimately had nowhere to go to try to make a move, as he was forced to finish 6th. As our top 5 in today's race are Kurt Busch, Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, and Justin Haley with an underdog top 5. Further back in the field, we had 12 DNFs in today's race. 6 DNS from each of the major wrecks in this race. And now here are your point standings. If the season ended today, Kurt Busch, Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, and William Byron would be the 4 going into the championship race with a chance to win the championship. You see further back some drivers who maybe will have to make up a lot of ground to make up in points, or some drivers who will have to really fight hard to keep their position in the standings above some other teams with better funding, better cars. So we see now here Kurt Busch and his team celebrating in victory lane, that Austin 500 trophy. That concludes today's race at Austin Superspeedway. Next race will be at Phoenix for race 2 of season 2. Hopefully you enjoyed today's race. Hopefully we'll have you back for the next one at Phoenix, which proves to be just as exciting. Have a great day.